In our first demo, I want to walk you through just some of the configuration options for a leading SOHO MFP. This is a Dell 3465 DNF multifunction laser printer. Again, parallax comes into play here. You wonder, does this thing stand 5 feet tall or can it be put on a desk? Turns out it is a tabletop unit. But you see that this one has a lot of the features that you'd expect, as I've already told you. More than one paper tray, different access bays for different form types, scan, print, and so on. Now, you might have heard the term RTFM. It stands for Read the Friendly Manual. To be perfectly frank, sometimes the F doesn't stand for friendly, but anyway, it underscores the importance that, for instance, if you're a repair tech and you know that you've got one of these in your office that you're supporting, I would hope that you spend time to read the user's guide from cover to cover so you know exactly how to manage it. Believe me, and this is just a tales from the trenches thing, as a repair tech, you're going to find that you spend a lot of your days taking care of printers, making sure that the paper levels are okay. Your end users aren't going to care about that. They'll let the printer go dry and then they'll call and complain saying they can't print. You're going to be called regularly to resolve paper jams. You should have your SOHO printers or any network printers configured to send you alerts when toner gets low or if there's a paper jam so you can quickly resolve those problems. I mean, look at it this way. Some of the stuff we've been learning thus far, hardware maintenance, doing upgrades, that stuff probably isn't going to occupy a lot of your day if you're working in a business. After all, how often does a user's network card fail? On the other hand, services like printing and email are everyday core services, and if there's an interruption in print service, you're going to hear complaints from your users immediately. I promise you that. Now, let me jump ahead. I have some bookmarks set up in this document. On page 12, we have points out to each specific part. You might wonder, what's this gap here in the middle? That's the standard bin, and frankly, I don't know what they mean by that, but what's cool is that the manual has a description of every single option. Page 16, excuse me, the scrolling, if that's hard on your eyes, is neat because it talks about the control panel and the touch screen, and in particular, I wanted to zoom in to show you what the interface looks like. This is what the end user is going to see when they walk up to the printer. Now, they will have, of course, the printer driver installed on their computer, and if they're in Excel, they do a print, they're going to send the print job to the printer. The best case scenario is that they just walk up to the printer and retrieve their documents from the output tray. The other option, of course, is that the user approaches the printer directly, perhaps to do a copy or a fax, perhaps to do a scan to email or scan to FTP. Nowadays, this kind of interface is pretty common with multifunction printers. And because you're the support guy or you're the support gal, it's crucially important that you understand every option here so you can train your users. Did you know you'd have to be a teacher as a repair technician? This is a cool page because it shows the connection ports of the printer. Obviously, we have our wall power and a global on-off switch. We're going to put this guy on our Ethernet network via the RJ45 jack. This device can do fax transmissions over phone lines, so we have two RJ11s here. One to put the device in line with your phone system, the other to maybe a phone. 6, what's 6? Let's check. USB port to attach a printer keyboard. That's interesting. And 7, that's a USB type A port if you were going to locally administer the printer, which is doubtful, to be honest with you. Finally, we have procedures here for maintenance to replace the toner cartridge on this device. We open the front panel. There's a catch on the right side of the device, and these toner packs have a helpful blue handle that facilitates yanking it out and reseating a new one. As far as the staples go, there's a separate door for that. And again, this is something that you'll get used to doing all the time if you have users who do multi-page collated stapled documents. And then, of course, clearing jams. And the best way to clear jams is to avoid them in the first place, like making sure you're loading paper. Now, some of your users, especially ones with type A personalities, are going to take it upon themselves to load paper. So I know I'm repeating this a lot, but you're going to have to put your teacher cap on and develop soft skills, as they're called. In addition to knowing all the tech, you have to know how to explain stuff with patience. You may need to show a user how to correctly load paper to avoid jams multiple times. It's important to have patience. All right, let me get off my soapbox. Let's get back to it.